In this program, we're going to take a look at switch statements. So that's what I'll call the project, switch statement. And I'll create a Java class. I'm in the correct source folder. And I'll call the class switch statement. I'll take the free public static void main string args, do a little documentation, and indicate we're going to learn how to use these switch statements. They're an alternative to if statements, very similar to select case if you learned about Visual Basic. They can be very handy if you have lots of different possibilities for a variable. We're going to get some user input, so we'll need a scanner object. That's going to require us to import right here java.util.scanner. I'm going to slide this down closer to the start of the class. You can leave it at the very top if you would like. We're going to have a string variable, in my example, called day of week. Users are going to enter a day of the week. I'll declare a final string called intro. It will be the beginning of every sentence that describes lunch for that day of the week. And it's going to say today's lunch is. I'll simply have to type intro every time. Much quicker. We're going to need to get the day of the week from the user, so we'll prompt users to enter a day of the week. And what they enter will get stored in the variable day of week. We'll use keyboard dot next to line to accomplish this. And now we'll display lunch for that day. And here's where we use the switch statement. We type the word switch, and in parentheses, the name of the variable that we're going to switch upon. It's day of week. There are lots of things day of week could be. We'll put some braces here to indicate the beginning and the end of the switch, and we'll start with each case. Case Monday. It's a string variable, so we're going to have Monday in quotation marks. In the case of Monday, we're going to display Monday's lunch as intro, today's lunch is. And what will we have today on Monday? I think we'll have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. At the end of this case, I'm going to type the word break. You'll see later on in this video why that is important. I'll document the end of this switch because there's going to be quite a bit in here. This ending brace is going to go further down in the code. Our next case is the string Tuesday. I'll end that case with a colon, and we'll display what Tuesday's lunch is going to be. You can make whatever you like. Looks like on Tuesday, it's spaghetti. And I'll remember to type the word break. I'm going to have a statement that displays at the end of this whole lunch thing a closing message. It will tell the user to enjoy lunch. It will also help us to know that we've made it all the way through the switch. Let's check it out. We'll enter in a day of the week, Monday. And today's lunch is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Enjoy your lunch. Let's try Tuesday. Spaghetti, as we expected. Well, what if we try to enter in a day that we have nothing for, Friday? Well, it's not case Monday or case Tuesday, so nothing happens there. We get to see the ending message that lets me know we made it through all of the switch and got to the end of the program. How about Monday with a lowercase m? Well, that's also not one of the cases. Remember, Java is case sensitive, and lowercase m Monday is not the same as uppercase M Monday. We can do something about this back at the next line. Remember, next line returns a string, so we can put a string method at the end of it. I'll select 2 lowercase. We could have picked 2 uppercase also, but with 2 lowercase, I'm going to make all of these cases contain lowercase days of the week. Now, it doesn't matter what we type in for capital and lowercase letters. Starting Monday with a lowercase m, not a problem. Starting Monday with an uppercase m, no issues. Starting Tuesday with a capital at T and throwing in some other capital and lowercase letters, it's not a problem. Because day of week is always going to have lowercase letters. All right, here comes another case, Wednesday. Notice that I'm going to have Wednesday in all lowercase letters because I know day of week is going to be in all lowercase letters. And we'll have pizza. And I'll type break. Next, Thursday. Once again, I know day of week is going to be lowercase. I'll make all of the letters of Thursday lowercase. Use a colon at the end of it. And today's lunch is tater tot casserole. And break. Friday, we're going to have pizza again. But instead of making another case for pizza, we'll go back up where Wednesday was and put another case with Friday. Let's see this in action. Here's Thursday. We got the tater tot casserole we expected. Friday is pizza. Wednesday is still pizza. We've got a couple more days of the week to go. Next up, Saturday. Once again, I know day of week is going to be lowercase because I'm turning it lowercase once users enter it in. So, we'll make chicken tenders for lunch on Saturday. Got to remember to put the break in there. You'll see why in a little bit. We'll test out Saturday, and we get the lunch we expect. How about Sunday? Notice again these ends of these case lines are ending with colons. Sunday we're going to have waffles. Let's check it out. We've got the waffles. How about if we enter another day that's not a day of the week? Nothing happens. We go through all the cases and we're told just to enjoy your lunch. Again, an indication we made it to the end of the program. But it probably would be useful to tell the users that they didn't enter in a day of the week we were expecting. So we'll use default, ending with a colon. This is kind of like the else we had in the if structure. And we will display a message telling them they really need to enter an actual day of the week. That is the default case. I could put break at the end of this. I'm not going to because it is the very last statement in the switch. So if we enter in a day of the week that really isn't a day of the week, such as Fun Day, there's our default message. Let's explore what happens if we take all of these break statements out. I'll just put single line documentation in front of them so it's simple to bring them back. But it is as if we never typed them. Watch what happens. First, we'll enter in Monday. And we got all the messages, starting first with Mondays, and then we entered into all of the cases subsequent to Monday. Let's try Thursday. We entered into Thursday's tater tot casserole and then saw all the cases, including the default, after that. Break will take us out of the switch. And that's why we need it there. Double check to make sure things are working okay. Looks like things are fine. So we had 7 choices plus a default, and that's why we used switch in this example. It's an alternative again to ifs. We could have written this as a big if-else if block, and that's okay. It also works as a switch, and that's okay.